experts are now telling us that we have a problem. And I want to give you this warning because this problem is regarding food. Some are saying that food is the problem and it's not the solution. But look at this. This is from the Washington Post just a couple days ago. It says, a mile-long line for free food offers a warning as COVID benefits end. But look at this. Look at this video. I'm going to play this. Look at this line. Look at this massive line of people waiting for free food. Now, why am I showing you this? Well, the reason I'm showing you this is because this is the problem that we are now going to have. Free food and food banks are creating an issue. But I want to explain why experts are calling this a problem, not a solution. But think about it this way. Government officials, they are now accepting of the fact that SNAP benefits are going back to more of a normal amount. There's no more getting the maximum amount unless you actually qualify for the maximum amount. There's no more supplemental allotment of $95. This is gone. And this is a huge, huge problem for millions and millions of Americans. 31 million Americans are going to be seeing less benefits than they had before. About another 10 million Americans are going to lose SNAP benefits altogether. They're not going to qualify. That is a problem. Now, here's the issue. Lawmakers are now accepting that there are other programs out there that can provide for people in need. For example, a food bank. Look at some of these stories right here. Look at this one right here. It says more than 1.5 million in New York City facing hunger. Or then there's this one. Washington food banks brace for hunger cliff amid SNAP cuts. And then this one. A pandemic boost for SNAP ends. Ohio food banks worry. This is a problem. This is a major, major problem. And it's a problem because we've allowed this to become a problem. Here's something that somebody said. One expert said, food banks are part of the problem because they are being seen as another program that helps the lower income households. Now, again, why is this a problem? Well, one person told me in a comment just the other day that if you teach a man to fish, you can eat for a lifetime. If you just give a man a fish, and I'm butchering this whole statement, but just give a man a fish, you'll pretty much feed him for the day. That's true. And so here's the other issue. Experts are now bringing up multiple solutions. For example, a livable wage. Depending on where you live, in what state, and again, based off the minimum wage for that state, you may not make a livable wage. Rent could be too high, food is too expensive, got all the other household expenses that you gotta deal with, and by that time you may not have enough money to even feed yourself, which is why SNAP benefits were so crucial over the past few years. SNAP benefits alone pulled millions of households out of poverty. Well, now we're also getting experts that are questioning the current poverty rate, the poverty level. Should we bring this level down? Should we move it up? What do we do? Some are even wondering, is this part of the plan? Is this part of the government officials' plan to pretty much make it harder on the American people? Because if we take away one of the benefits and we make it where the American people are going to suffer, is one party or the other, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or a mix, it doesn't matter. If you are going to look at this as, okay, well, whoever fixes this problem, I'm going to vote for that person in the next election, guess what? That just gives our government officials and whoever's going to run for president and for the House or the Senate, it's going to give them a little bit of a incentive to tell people that, you're struggling because you need additional food, right? Food's too expensive. We're going to bring down inflation. That's one thing we're going to do. We're going to also give you additional SNAP benefits. We're going to raise it by 10%. Who knows what they're going to promise? But what I can tell you is, if this becomes a bigger issue than it is currently, which I expect it will be, one of the things that we're going to see is government officials, people that are going to run for office, whether it's the House, the Senate, the presidency, it doesn't matter. What they're going to do is they're going to promise incentives. They're going to promise extra benefits. We've seen this time and time again. I guarantee it's going to happen. Now, this is part of the problem. Free food is going to be the problem, because now we're going to see lawmakers go out there and say, okay, we're going to give you free food. You just got to vote for us. That's all you got to do. Just vote for us. And then you're going to see, and which we're already seeing, free food is creating issues. Why? Well, let's go back to this article right here. A mile-long line for free food offers a warning as COVID benefits end. Well, if you're standing in a mile-long line, and in this article, just to give you an idea, this person, they get to Hazel Green, Kentucky. They leave their house at 4 a.m, but they're sitting there for about 9 hours. According to this article, they're sitting there waiting for about 9 hours until people load up their vehicle with food. And usually, it's one box. It's one small box. Now, there's another problem as well. Not only are you going to get free food, which is great, especially if you need it. Again, I think free food is a solution at some food banks, but again, it also creates a problem. Because yes, lawmakers are now counting on those food banks to supply you with food. Not the government. They're going to count on those food banks, right? Where do they get the food? Donations. They get them from local businesses, right? This is part of the problem. Again, it's not a solution. It's not a long-term solution. This will not work. Now, here's something else I can tell you, and this is why I want to give you this warning. What we are about to see, and I talked to a few food banks over the past couple months, and they were getting prepared for this. And what they told me is this. One person said that the boxes will be smaller, food will be closer to the expiration date, some food will not actually be given away. And here's what I think is very interesting. This food bank, if you go there, you can buy food at a discount. You can buy more food at a discount. And they will then take that money that they made from that food, which was donated to them, they will take that, then they will go and buy more food. Interesting concept. But if food isn't actually free, how can it be a free food bank? You're not going to get as much as you used to because they're going to ration the food. Because again, they got to feed people in a mile-long line. And I actually saw one about 3 weeks ago, about a month ago. So this was before the pandemic, the SNAP benefits ended. And so people were still getting this. Here's the problem. This line, it went blocks. It probably was like 5 or 6 blocks that it just was going and going and going. It was just bumper to bumper cars. This is an issue because guess what's going to happen and why this is a problem? You go sit in a line, let's say on a Thursday, Friday, maybe a Monday. What could you be doing on a Thursday, a Friday, or possibly a Monday? Probably going to work. So instead of going to work, you now have to go sit in a free food bank line so you can get a box of food. And hopefully the box of food that you get, it's worth more than the amount of money you lost by not going to your job. So again, a little bit of a warning. And I bring this up because I talked to somebody just the other day and they said that is an issue. That is an issue that they have because when their local food bank actually gives out food or distributes it, it is on a Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday right about noon. You know what time they got to be there? In order to actually get food, you got to show up by about 10 o'clock. Show up about 10 o'clock. They distribute the food about noon. So you're going to miss 2 hours of work. That's what that person told me. That they're worried that their employees are not actually committed to their job, to their employer. So they may have to let them go. So again, is free food the solution? Some say no. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.